Welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of our Elite Dangerous Chronicle. It's been a little bit because I had to grind out about 1,000,000 credits, and I will talk about that momentarily. But first, let me show you. We're going to be doing Road to Riches, and the tool that I use is right here. I'm in the Gebel system, so to find that, you just put well, let's try Elite Dangerous Road to Riches. There are a number of tools that are available, including something called the Neutron Superhighway that I'm not very familiar with. Apparently you can make really long jumps using neutron stars. But I just click this right here. And that's exactly what I had up. I type in Gebel, which is where I'm at, and it gives you this listing. So it's very long. This would make you a boatload of money, and it would take a long time if you did the whole thing. We won't do the whole thing. We're using it as a way to get some quick income. So once you have a vessel that's fitted with the couple of items you need, the highest frame shift drive that you can get, highest rated, and the highest rated fuel scoop that you can get, then you're good to go. So let's take a look at this real quick. The first planet we're going to go take a look at is 37.72 light years away, and it's in the system Find Ya. If we click this, it'll copy the name to the clipboard, so you want to do that. Over here we can see that it is planet number 3 from the star. It's 102 light seconds away. This is all data we want to kind of keep in our mind, because sometimes you have to scan these things down. And it is an Earth-like world. Visited? No. Once it's visited, then we'll click this, and that just helps us track where we're at. Okay, so planet number 3, 102 light seconds away. It is an Earth-like world, and it's in the system of Find Ya, which we copied to our clipboard. So from there, you come into your game, and see I'm in the Pornell installation in the Gebel system, up at the top left there. Now you're going to come over here to Galaxy Map. I want to walk you through some changes to make. First, let's go to the Plot Route tool. We'll click in this box, hit Control V. Control V. V is in Victor. And it'll paste your clipboarded item in there. So in this case it was Find Ya. Then click the arrow, and it finds it, and then you'll plot your route. Now make sure that you have fastest route selected. The default under jump data is economical routes, and that'll only jump you a maximum of 1 kilolight year. You want to take this fastest routes, and that will match your ship. I believe. I think it matches up with your ship. I am not really sure what use jet cone boost means, so I can't answer that right now, but I do know you want to have this selected. The next thing you want to do is go over here and select map. Default, it's going to have allegiance up, I believe. Just hit your drop down menu and look up star class. And under this, uncheck everything except for O, B, A, F, G, K, and M type stars. That's Oscar, Bravo, Alpha, Foxtrot, Golf, Kilo, Mike type stars. Those are all scoopable stars, and then come down here and make sure Apply Filter to Route is selected. And what that will do is it'll make sure that when it plots its route, it only takes you through systems that you can fuel scoop on, and that way you will never ever run out of fuel, as long as you remember to go ahead and fuel scoop. Another thing, if you hit number 4 and look at fire groups. That's what it was, yeah. You can set up your different fire groups in here. You want to kind of set this up as you like, okay? This is button 2, this is button 1. You want to have your data link scanner and your discovery scanner. In my experience, you want to have those on a button, and you want your composition scanner and your detailed surface scanner on same buttons because they won't interfere with each other. If you have your discovery scanner and your detailed surface scanner all mapped to the same button, you're going to run into some issues. So this is how I have mine set up. Button 1 is mouse button 1, button 2 is mouse button 2. Okay, so we've got that set up correctly now. When you do that, I have in my key bindings F1 changes my modes, and you can switch between combat mode or analysis mode. Analysis mode is where you're going to have your detailed surface scanner at, and your data scanner. Combat mode is lasers, or guns, or whatever you have loaded up there. And it looks like, judging from my HUD, it looks like I have composition scanner there as well. Okay, let me show you what I've done. Oh yeah, so it took me a long time to grind up to 1 million. I actually was doing really well early on. The mission boards, I was making some pretty good bank off of trade missions, and I had 8 tons of cargo that I could just take all over the place, and I was making good money right up until, and then also on top of that, I was delivering data reports and then using my third-party tools like ICCDB and Inara to find out what commodity sold best from the station I was at to the station I was going. So I was improving my income that way. And I was doing pretty good right up until about the last 300,000 credits. And then it's like the economy in this local area just seemed to dry up. And I know there was probably a workaround. Maybe I needed to start, taking people on tours or something like that, or switch to mining or do something. But I just ground it out. And I got to say that in that last 300,000 credits, whenever I was having to do quite a few missions to get the last 300,000 as compared to the first 700,000, Yuri's suggestion of, well, I mean, he didn't even suggest it. It was an assertion. He was like, you're going to want to have a docking computer and a Super Cruise assist. And I gotta tell you guys, he's right. That really paid off. It saves so much time. And for me, I do lose a little bit of immersion from not landing myself. That's kind of a fun aspect. But you can go into your options and disable that too. Or you can just take over and land whenever you want to land. The amount of time you end up saving when you have these equipped and set as the default, it adds up. It adds up over time, I would say. Super Cruise, I don't know if that really so much saves me time, because I had learned how to get to the 7-second sweet spot and how to set my throttle to 75%. And then I knew how to manually drop out, and it would actually land me pretty consistently closer than the Super Cruise Assist does. Maybe I'm wrong on that, because the reading I did some reading, and maybe I don't have a setting for Super Cruise set up right. But Super Cruise seems to drop me out at about 9 kilometers. And when I was manually dropping out, I was landing at about 8. And you got to be within 7 to request docking. But what it does do for me is it takes all the work out of my hands. I can look around, I can enjoy the game, or I can alt tab and check some things out for information. And so that's where I've found the value in Super Cruise, is that it allows me to focus on other things. And I'm pretty sure that there's some other setting I have, because I know this thing is, I've read it that because it's automated, it can drop you closer. I just need to find out what I'm not doing right there. So anyway, all that to really, I just wanted to give credit where credit was due. Shout out to Yuri. That really did help a lot, and thank you much, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. The last thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, this is exciting. I've been sitting here really wondering hard, what am I going to do with all the travel time in this game? It seems like it would be so boring for people to watch. And I don't feel confident that I would be able to come up with something interesting to talk about every single time that we had a long travel distance. But I learned that the latest version of OBS, or not the latest, like it's been around for a little bit now, since August, I think, since version 24. But OBS now allows me to pause recording, and so I have that hotkeyed. And on a long trip, whenever I don't have anything to talk about that I want to say about the game or anything, I can pause the recording and then bring us back whenever I've reached our destination. So I think that'll go a long ways towards making episodes a little bit more watchable and a little. I don't know if I could say more watchable because it's pretty easy to skip forward on YouTube, but this will help automate that process for you guys so you don't have to worry about it. I watch YouTube videos too. I'm just like anybody else, you know. There's a reason I got into recording YouTube videos. It's fun, you know, and so I know what it's like to be skipping forward and be like, okay, dude, what am I looking? Where's the stuff that I'm looking for? This is boring, and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that pause button helps with that. Okay, all of that said, that's it for the intro on this video. Let me see how long we've been recording. Probably 10 minutes. 12 minutes. Yeah. All right. Well, we're off to find you. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now, 30 minutes, so this episode will go a little bit long. We will auto-launch. In this episode, we're basically going to learn some things about exploration. Roger that. So if you don't know how to do exploration stuff, this video should show that. We need to clear orbit from this planet. We're taking off from a planet. I need to turn my volume down some. Okay. We are not mass locked anymore. So, where's our jump point? Looks like our jump point's going to be on the other side of this planet. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go into low wake. Here's our escape vector. Oh, you know what? I think it has the installation targeted. Let me go to galaxy map. Go back over here. Find ya. And clear route, plot route. Sometimes you gotta do that. There's the planet. Yeah, it's directly behind. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get into an orbit, because that's going to be which is right here. The yellow area is the sweet spot for orbiting a planet, and that will get you to the fastest speed possible. So just keep it in this yellow. We're doing 10 kilometers a second. This is going to take a while. I'm not in frame shift drive. Yeah, I am. No, I want to get away from this. Okay, you can see that I'm at D scanner. I have D scanner on the left, I have surface scanner on the right. Because I'm in analysis mode, which is what we want for exploration. Almost clear. There we go. So I scanned this planet just to kind of remember how to do things. And I also had to set some hotkeys that I'll show you when we get to find you. Notice our fuel. This is a big jump. We used a quarter, well, less than a quarter, but we used a bit of a chunk of fuel there. But when you land and you have a 3A fuel scoop like I do, you get out here on the edge and watch that kiloliters per second. Well, I meant to get more than that. There's find you. Let's get back in on this star. I need to find the sweet spot here. There we go. 50, 60. Okay, we're full. So that went pretty quick.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now we're gonna jump to find you. Remember, it was planet 3. So now this gets a lot more complex when you're out of the bubble and you're in unexplored territory. You have to use your frequency scanner, frequency spectrum scanner, to start tracking down the planets that are in the system, whatever else is in the system. But for us, because we're in the bubble, we can go to system map and go over here and select it, hit exit. So, and then come over here, find your highlighted, well, that should have highlighted. Let's super cruise. Okay. Then align with target. That's going to be this way. There we go. Okay, now look to the bottom right there, or look at our HUD and find surface scanner. And notice how it says out of range. We're going to keep our eyes on that. And when it says in range, we're gonna, as a matter of fact, I don't want to use Super Cruise on this because it won't let me control the throttle. Okay, so I just put myself to 75% throttle. Okay, we're going too fast, so now I just stopped engines. I have a hotkey. For me, it's X. Okay. So the next thing that we need to do is I want to show you key bindings. Scroll all the way down to detailed surface scanner. And really, I've put mouse 2 as my exit mode. To toggle the view from the front of the planet to the back of the planet, I have it mapped to mouse 4. Mouse 1 will launch my probes. You do not have to buy probes. They always self-produce. And I think that's all. That is really all you have to set. Yep. But I wanted to show you that. It's down at the very bottom. These two right here, hotkey those. Okay, so we'll go back to the game. Now, I'm in analysis mode, so press F1 to switch. Okay, so mouse 1 gets me into this view right here, because that's how I have it mapped in my fire groups. Mouse 1 brings me into my scanner mode. And if you look over at the right, underneath probes, which you notice it says infinity, that's because they self-produce, you have efficiency target. If I can map this entire planet 100% with 7 probes or fewer, I'll get a little bit of extra money for that when I turn it in. Okay? If you don't, you're still going to get paid. You just won't get paid as much. Okay? Now, if I want to look at the back of the planet, I'll hit mouse 4. It didn't seem to do anything. Okay, well, I'm going to come out here to these white dashed lines. I'm going to fire 6 probes, okay? 1, 2, or 5 probes. 3, 4, and 5. So let's fire one at the center. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be perfect. 4, 5. Okay. Once the probes land, then mouse 4 starts to work. So I'm looking at the front. I'm looking at the front here of the planet, and you can look at the bottom right side, planet side front view. Whenever I hit mouse 4, planet side back view. So this area is unscanned. I'm at 79%. Once you get to 90%, it's just as good as getting to 100%. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to launch like from here. Well, maybe more like here. This is going to be the 6th probe. I'm hoping that it lands right here in the middle. We'll follow its arc. I'm looking at the back of the planet right now. Oh, it landed down here. Okay, see, it ticked to 90%, and then that automatically got to 100%. So we met our efficiency target. I keep moving around. I'm sorry, guys. Because I want to drag the mouse over to the right and point at efficiency target. That's why. We met our efficiency target. Look at this. If you go out there, if you go on a maiden voyage out to places nobody's ever been, your name, your username will show up as first mapped by. I mean, how cool is that? That's pretty neat. Okay, so that's it. Exit is mouse 2. We can Alt-Tab. We have visited this. Now we're going to go to this place, ICCDB, and we're looking for the first planet. Okay, now notice, here's an example right here. C1. This planet is not C1 and C2. They're not part of the primary star. And you'll see that in map view. It'll be the 3rd star, which will be labeled as star C. And then it's the 1st and the 2nd planet after that. But look how far out they are, 35,000 light seconds. We might go ahead and do that. I have to find out, but I know that there's some out here that, look at this, 508,000 light seconds away. We're not flying. That's a waste of time. You'll kill your income per hour if you go out that far. So some of these we'll skip, but this is the next one right here. It's planet number 1, 224 light seconds out. It's a terraformable water world. Okay, so, and I'm gonna let this episode roll for as long as I need it to, because I want to get everything shown in this one episode for how to do exploration. Let's go to galaxy map. We'll go right here. Here we go. Control V. And then sometimes you have to mouse over it. Zoom in. R to go up. ICZ, there it is. So I just want to make sure I have that selected, that I have the right one selected. Sometimes you have to press R or F or whatever your keys are for elevation or dropping down in your map in order to be able to mouse over and select it. So we'll select there. Exit. Let's see. Head look lock. Okay. And we'll line up. And we'll make the jump. We'll fuel scoop when we get into Tau 1. Okay, the reason that we want to follow that guide, the one that I have on the web page, is because it's taking you to the most lucrative planets there are to scan. Don't scan all the planets in a system, and don't scan every system. Use this tool to go to these specific planets because they pay you a lot. They pay you quite a lot, like millions, if I remember right. Hidden Stallion stores. Let's see, where are we going? Over here. Oh, let's fuel scoop first. And so what that whole thing is designed to do is to find all of the most lucrative planets, map them all out for you, and you just hop to those. You don't waste your time on anything else. Alright. Can't seem to get this thing.
Warning, temperature critical.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's get get away from this a little bit. I kind of messed that up.
Warning, taking heat damage.
Get away. There we go. Make the jump.
Drive charging.
I want to show you how to do something else in this system. It's not really necessary for what we're doing, but it's useful. I lied. There's no Nav Beacon in here. Whenever I find a Nav Beacon, I'll show you how to find a Nav Beacon, because it can be a little tricky. Okay, so I know that I'm looking for planet number 1. Select that. I want to confirm it. Planet 1, terraformable water world. Okay. Now how we would do this then is we would press the hotkey. For me it's F2 to bring up the frequency spectrum scanner. Why are my energy pulse required to calibrate FSS? Okay, so hold S to honk the system. There we go. Now, you can move all along this spectrum. And we're looking for terraformable water worlds. See, under signal analysis on the right, you have icy bodies, rocky bodies, high metal content, metal rich, asteroid content. Let's go back the other way. Earth-like ammonia, water worlds. I guess that's going to be it. Water worlds. Okay, so somewhere around in this section. Are you one? No. What are these? This is Rocky Ice World. We go along this orbital line until you find it, I guess. Oh, I'm not doing good at this. Oh, is that one? Okay, Water World. Yeah, discovered. That's Planet 1 right there. Okay. Let's confirm that. So I'm going to press F2 to get out of there. Come over here. Ah, I did it. That's awesome. I'm going to set that as destination. It didn't seem to work. Oh, because I had it locked previously. Okay. Urgh.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. These are all orbital lines here. You can follow orbital lines to find the signals that you're looking for. So we just found the exact planet we were looking for because we knew it was a water world and we were able to zone in on that. So again, surface scanner is currently out of range. Once I get down to 7 seconds, I will click my hot button that I have for setting. Oh, there it is. For setting to 3/4 throttle. Here, I need to lower that. It's not going to lower. We're going to overshoot it. We'll have to come back at it. Sometimes doing these things and talking about them at the same time, that's just enough of a delay in mental speed to not get things done quick enough. All right. Here we go. So once we get to 7 seconds, 9, 8, 7 hotkey. Okay, out of range, out of range, out of range, too fast. So I just now hit my hotkey to stop everything. Stop all engines. Okay. Enter into scanner mode. And the efficiency target is just 6 probes on this one, so I don't have too much to spare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Look at the. Make sure I'm looking at the back side there. Let's wait for all 5.
By 50%.
Let all 5 land and see if we can get to 90%. Probably not. Oh, we got close, man. 88%. Okay, I want to target right there. I've got 1 probe left. I think I'm going to fire right here. might have been too high. I'm a little bit nervous. Maybe it should have been here. I only need 2%. Oh, I nailed it. I nailed it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I feel great. I gotta tell you, U.S. Army combat vet. Oh, that's cool. I feel kind of boss on that. Okay. Oh boy. Aesop Grimm, elite dangerous veteran. Not really. All right, let's go to this site, and we're looking for A1. It's a TWW again, terraformable water world. Come over here. Galaxy map. Control V. And plot route. Exit. And make the jump.
Drive charging.
I want to see if there's a nav beacon we can look at over here. But if there's no nav beacon, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video because you have the basics. Everything after this besides that nav beacon is all same. I've shown you how to do it, and I'm going to pause the video and then I'll bring it back up when we go to sell the data. Oh, there's a nav beacon. Okay. Are we in the system? Oh, we are. Okay. This nav beacon, it is lying to you. Do not believe its liar's tongue. It always lies.
Fuel scooping.
Let's go to combat mode because that has my directional scanner in it. I don't think I'll need that. Let's go back to analysis mode.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. We're 5 light seconds away.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Really? Leave me alone, temperature. 72, 67, 62. Okay. Whoa. Well, that went a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, let's target it. Okay, we're within 22 megameters. Let's try to get inside 1. Okay, then we're going to get out of, it's important, get out of jump drive, FSD, and then you're going to look, it is not here, it is not. You're going to look around, you're going to kind of pan around, you're looking for a gray target reticule. That's the nav beacon, right there, target it. Okay, so we have scanned this system. Now you can go to, we need to get back into super cruise mode. And while that's doing that, I want to find out what planet this is. A1. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's taking a long time to get into Super Cruise. Okay, speed doesn't have anything to do with it. I can go over here and... oh no, I can't. back into Super Cruise mode. So I can come over here and I can find belt cluster. Well, it's actually easier to do it as system map. Alright. This is the planet we're looking for. So again, we'll get to 7 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, click. 75% throttle. Surface scanner is out of range. Sixteen, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Out of range, out of range, out of range. Wow. Too fast. Okay, so at about 0.4, maybe 0.35 light seconds, you can expect to kill engines. Okay. 7 probes. Fire 1. Foxtrot 2. Foxtrot 3. Foxtrot 4. Foxtrot 5. There's the timer. Mouse forward to look at the, make sure I'm looking at the back of the planet. 50%. 60. 70. 80. Okay, so I think this. Now what I'm trying to do is raise money to get into an Asp Explorer. That ship, man, I really liked that ship. There it is, 85, 86, 87, 100%.
Surface scan complete.
Okay. Exit. So, what I'm going to do from here, guys, is I'm just going to go and I'm going to continue to scan these. Try to remember these ones that are a long ways out. 35,000, that might be too much. You know, if I start getting into thousands of light seconds, I'm thinking I'll skip that. No, but you just track it. And I think I'm going to, instead of hitting pause video, I'm just going to stop this video. And in the next episode, I'll be at a station somewhere and we're going to sell this data to the cartographer. Okay, so, and I'll show you that so you can see how much money you can make. I think my goal, I'll do these. 5,000's not too far. If you get to tens of thousands, I think that might be too far. So I'm going to skip these two. I'm going to skip that one. I'll skip that one. I might go do them to find out how long does it take me to get out there. Just to get a measurement. Okay, but in all likelihood, if it's in the tens of thousands, I ain't going there. I'm going to just skip to the next system. And so I think my goal then, judging by the distances here, is I will do up to the Pega. We'll do up to here. So I'm just going to click yes on that just to kind of mark myself. And then, so Pegasi sector is probably where I'm going to dock at. If not, it'll be in the next one. Yeah, so that's the plan, guys. Thanks for coming by the channel. Again, I am Aesop Grim, and I will see you guys in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grim's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.